Hi, I'm Jeff, and you're here. Before we get started, Black Lives Do Have and Will Always Matter. There'll be links in the description for you to check out. And just remember, it is our responsibility to protect Black women every single day. So I'm here to tell y'all all the books that I read this year. I did not read as many as these other booktubers read, baby. But for me and my house, we are satisfied with the number of books that we read. I want to say it's about 50. Almost 50? Something like that. Considering this is 50 books since August, look, we lit over here. And that's on who? Miss Memphis Tuffet, okay? I'm literally just going to tell you the book name, the author, the star rating I gave it, if I remember, and like the genre, and like one or two things that I really liked about it. Okay, so it's the last video y'all getting this year, so let's go. Let's start off with the audiobooks. I think I only read or listened to 3 audiobooks that I don't have like physical copies for. First, we have Dread Nation by Justina Kind. 4 out of 5 stars, baby. It was a historical fiction. There's no more slavery, but there are zombies. So, a strong female lead, asexual rep, bisexual rep. Baby, it was a good book. Second one is the sequel, which is Deathless Divide. Child, I get that 4 out of 5 stars too. The second one, of course, just follows the 2 main characters on their journey. There's still more shamblers to kill. They get separated for a while. And lastly, for audiobooks that I can remember, we have Final Girls by Riley Sager. 5 out of 5. Now, this book was a thriller now. A mystery thriller, right? That's what you would call it. Now, Mr. Riley Sager, honey, he done put the kid through the ringer. You see? This is the ringer. That's me going through it. Like, alright, so let's get to the physical books. First, we have the first book that I pulled is V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. Gave this 2 stars out of 5. I feel like this is the type of book that you have to like automatically read the second one. There was a lot of backstory in the beginning, and the way that it picked up at the end, it was just kind of like a to be continued. Same day you finished. You know what I'm talking about? Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel by...
I don't know about this. By Disney, I guess. A.W. Jantha.
But I'm still counting it as read because I got like 80% through it. It was good for what it was. It just wasn't all that. That's a Sister Act 2-9. Next we have The Great Seer by Kim Liggett. Gave this 5 stars. Fire. This is like a dystopian... like a dystopian kind of something, a dystopian fantasy, I guess. This book made me actually really appreciate war to romance. You know, she fell in a little bit of like with a little boy, whatever. She still was like, we still got a stage revolution, so what's up? Next we have Darling Rose Gold by Stephanie Warble. Gave this 5 stars as well. This was one of the first books that I read this year. I think I read it back in August, and honestly, this book is a thriller, I believe, like a psychological thriller. So think Gypsy Rose Blanchard if Dee Dee Blanchard just went to jail, okay? So the mama goes and she likes to make her baby sick. She got the Munchausen by proxy. Mama gets arrested, gets out in 10 years. She don't know what she finna do. But then Rose Gold is just like, yeah, mama, you can come live with me. Ain't no thing. But girl... Child's about to call her Gypsy. Rose Gold put her mama through the ringer, child. Now we got Legend Born by Tracy Dion. This got 10 out of 5 stars for me. And I don't think I could wait till fall 2021 for the next one, okay? So this brings together African spirituality and Arturianism. Is Arturianism a word? I know Arturian is, but can I make it an ism? Well, today we are, okay? So this girl's trying to find out what done happened to her mama. She falls into the secret society. She falls in love, which, actually in this book works. I have never read a book in which I just wanted to read more of the romance, even though it wasn't a romance book. Like the chapters that her little boyfriend wasn't in, I was just like, okay, can we get back to it? Like, that's who I'm here for. I gotta wait for the second one in fall, and honestly, can I do it? Tracy Dion, why do you need white man paperwork? Huh? Why do you need white man paperwork? I need the second one like last week. Baby, because if I think about this book too much, I'll cry. Let's just move on at this point. Next we have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I talk about this in literally every single one of my videos. I'm not going to say anything about this book except 5 out of 5. You need to read this. Next we have American Street. What am I saying? Street or street? Both. Both? Both is good. Next we have American Street by Ibiza Boy. 5 out of 5. Haitian girl named Fabiola. She gets to... Anyway, Fabiola, Haitian girl, goes to Detroit to live with... Well, she's coming to America and is living in Detroit with her aunt and her 3 cousins. Her mother gets detained by ICE. She has to do some shady stuff to try to get her mama back, which... In normal situations, we don't condone, but we do condone getting mothers and children back together, okay? So, we forgive her. And this also gives you a nice, like, intro and understanding of Haitian spirituality. Y'all should know by how I'm holding this. This is War Girls by Tochi Onyebuchi. 5 out of 5. Y'all already know Onyi and Ife, they're war girls during the Nigerian Biafran War. They get separated. I literally talk about this book in, like, all my videos. This book got me into Tochi, and now I'm hooked on phonics. Next we have The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum. I gave this 5 out of 5 too. This book, I will say it again, is a perfect example of good solid friendships, having people who care about you, tough love, all of that. Next we have Queenie by Candace Carty Williams. I annotated this as well. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Honestly, Queenie is just so annoying, and I don't know if it's the time of my life that I read this book in, but I don't know. I would say, what is this, like contemporary YA? Next we have The June Boys by Court Stevens. I don't know if I have to reread this book, but I give this 2 stars. I read this, what month did I read this in? September? The month that I didn't do a wrap up, September. Yeah, because this book made me fall into a slump, let me tell you. It was present day, but it was written like it was not present day. Next we have Jordan Ifeweko's Ray Berra. I give this one 5 out of 5. 10 out of 5. This is probably one of my favorite books this year, man. This book here. Let's not get me started, but just know. Just know. Next we have Bang by Barry Liga. Trigger warnings for suicidal ideation and xenophobia and Islamophobia. So anyway, Cody Sebastian accidentally, at 4 years old, he accidentally shoots and kills his infant sister, and 10 years later, so he's 14 now, he thinks the only way to make it right is to take the gun and use it on himself, unfortunately. So this is basically just a story of how he comes to terms with that and like the power of forgiveness and the power of friendship. He makes friends with this girl, what's her name again? He makes friends with this girl, Anissa, who is new and just moved in. Next we have Sarah J. Harris's The Color of B. Larkham's Murder. I gave this 4 stars. I actually listened to this because for some reason the writing was just, I don't know, the words were just throwing me off. This book follows 13-year-old Jasper. He has synesthesia, which means every sound has a color for him. So he witnesses the murder of B. Larkham. Next we have Tochi Onyebuchi's Crown of Thunder. Nope. Beast Made of Night and Crown of Thunder. I read these 2 as well. Gave them both 5 out of 5 stars. This book follows Taj. He is a sin eater. Basically in the society of, I want to say the setting is Nigeria. When you commit a sin, it becomes a tattoo on your skin, and if you can afford it, you call on a sin eater. The lighting done changed because I have to turn my light on. Like, it was literally just bright when I started this. basically ingest the sins for themselves. So now they're carrying the burden of you, and now you're clean and ain't got nothing wrong with you. Before I forget, I also read Remembrance by Rita Woods, picture right here. I don't have my physical copy because I let my friend Bianca borrow it. We also have The Wives by Taryn Fisher. Oh, Remembrance, y'all already know I gave that 10 out of 5 stars. Let's move on, okay? Taryn Fisher, what's the name of that book? The Wives. In hindsight, I'm gonna give that a solid 3.5 stars. It was good. That was a good thriller. It was that book that made me be like, sis, do you like thrillers? When no one is watching, Alyssa Cole, one of my favorite books of the year, 10 out of 5 stars. This book brings gentrification to life and gives it a thrillery aspect. Doesn't even need to make it scary on purpose, baby. Just simply talking about it makes it scary. Jordan Peele needs to pick this up and give me an adaptation. Next we have Binti Book 1 by Nadeni Okorafor. Gave this 4 out of 5 stars because, again, I feel like this is one of the books that you have to read the whole bind up, which, speaking of the bind up, shout out to my baby Kayla for gifting me the whole trilogy for Christmas. I love you. Thank you. I did not talk about this in my haul because I have recorded my haul before I got this in the mail. So I just want to shout you out right now because now I got all 3, baby. We finna read it. But yes, this is a sci-fi fantasy. Next we have Pride, a Pride and Prejudice remix written by E.B. Zaboy. There is another copy where the words are... I was just about to say, y'all, there's another copy where the words are pink. And when you open it, it's a picture of the two of them just looking in each other's eyes. And I never knew that this also, look at this. So this follows Zuri Benitez. She is a Haitian, Puerto Rican, Afro-Latina woman. She's Haitian and I want to say Puerto Rican, but please don't quote me. Child, please don't quote me. I'm not too sure.
All I know is that she's part Haitian because they was going to a party at the Darcy's house and her mama brought griot, okay?
She meets the Darcy brothers. She don't want this preppy Daniel Caesar's boy. She don't want the preppy Daniel Caesar boy. She wants the Pop Smoke boy that she had met, but it turns out that he was trash. The boy, not actual Pop Smoke, because rest in peace, Big Woo. Maybe 5 out of 5. You already know anything with E.B. Zaboy's name on it is gonna get 5 out of 5 for me from now on. And that's on who? Mary Had a Little Lamb. Next we have Kaylin Bayron's Cinderella is Dead. I gave this 5 out of 5. This is a post-Cinderella world. She don't want to get married to no man. She finds herself in a mausoleum. She meets Constance, who is a direct descendant of Cinderella. I want to say that one of the evil stepsisters was her mama or her grandmama. Child, I don't know. My only issue with this book is that it ended too quickly. It was like, okay, now we're done. And it was like, what happened to all that stuff that y'all said was going to happen? At this junction and function, King Mansford needs to catch these hands free of charge. Buy one, get one. BOGO. When did I read this? Child, next we got Lucy in the Sky. I think I read this. I read this back before I even started this channel, baby. Back when I was thinking about it, child. So, y'all remember Go Ask Alice, the book about the girl who was doing the drugs, I think. Yeah, she was doing the drugs. And then she wanted to stop doing the drugs. And in the end, she ended up killing herself. And it was written in journal style. Okay, so this is another one of those. Next we have A Bell by Beverly Jenkins. I feel like in a past video I said this was 4 stars. Let's make that 3.5. There were typos towards the end and it was just like, girl, get yourself together. This is about Beverly Jenkins. She's 16. No, girl, Beverly Jenkins is the author. This is about Belle Palmer. She's 16. She escaped slavery with her father. Her and her father get separated. She ends up meeting the Bests. She falls in love. She makes friends. She doesn't think that Daniel Best wants her, but it turns out Daniel Best did want her, but he didn't know that he wanted her, and then they end up together. This gave a really good insider look at the Black abolitionists. Child, this book is a mess. Who gonna send me another copy of The Awakening? That's what I want to know. Next, we have The Awakening by Kate Chopin. If you asked me this back in 2013, what I would rate this, I would have said, girl, I DNF this. I'm sorry, Miss Martin, but baby, this book was bad. This book follows Edna Pontellier. She has a life. She got some kids. She got a husband. She got not a mistress. She got a mister. What's the male version of mistress? I'm going to call a mister, right? I don't know. She got a male mistress. She, you know, was trying to break every chain. Break free from the shackles. Oh, my feet so bad. Break out the shackles of the oppression that it is to be a woman back in this time. Baby, this book was good. I'd give this a 5 out of 5. I'd reread this. 17-year-old me is cringing, but I would reread this. Speaking of literary fiction, we have School of the Woven Way by Novelius Jordan. This is a fantasy. It's not literary fiction, but it's written in the style of literary fiction, and a lot of people don't like that. Story was really different. I liked the setting. There was Haitian rep. The writing was, you know, flowery, a little bit too perfumey, but for literary fiction, you know, that's the standard. I really did enjoy this book. Next, we have The Skin I'm In by Sharon G. Flake. Is this like a coming of age contemporary? Is this middle grade? I'm actually not completely sure how to talk about this. This is about, what's her name? Malika. She is really dark skinned. The kids are making fun of her, unfortunately. Then she gets this teacher called Miss Saunders, who has a white patch on her face. And she's like, well, these kids about to make fun of you too, girl. And they do. But she stands up for herself. And so Malika's like, can I do the same? And Malika does. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. This was good. This is really, I feel like this is an important, Jeffrey Lee. I feel like this is an important book that young girls definitely need to read today. And I'm going to keep this until Sissy learns how to read, because she gonna read this. Next, we have Natasha Preston's The Twin. This book was good. This book is about these two twins, Ivy and Iris, okay? Ivy lives with her daddy. Iris lives with the mama. Unfortunately, their mama dies, so now Iris has to come live with Ivy, and now Ivy is trying to take over her sister's life. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars because, baby, child, if you like the evil sister trope, baby. Next, we have 2 Jenny Hans. We have P.S. Nope. To all the boys I loved before, and P.S. I still love you. But yes, I annotated both of these. I don't remember, but I want to say 4 out of 5 stars. For romance books, y'all know how I feel about romance books. These were really cute. YA contemporary romance. These were cute. Next, Elizabeth Acevedo. This is The Poet X. This follows, what is her name? Xiomara Batista. She is a high school student. She goes to Catholic school. She's trying to navigate her life. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Next, we have Grown by Tiffany Jackson. This is about, what's her name? Enchanted. She can sing. She enters the singing competition. She doesn't win the singing competition, but she catches the eye of this really famous singer producer. He shows some interest in her because he ends up kidnapping her and holding her hostage. Oh yeah, okay, boom. So this man ends up dead and she doesn't remember what happened. I didn't give it 5 stars because it was just something about it. Oh, the ending. Look, Tiffany Jackson has a way of making you think this one way this whole time and then flips it at the last possible second. And I just don't know how I like that. Next, we have The Black Kids by Christina Hammonds Reed. I don't remember what I gave this, but I gave this, I want to say it was like 4 stars. Ashley Bennett, she is the token black girl in her group of white friends in the middle of the Rodney King trial. Oh, baby, we got another Rodney Saga. This is Home Before Dark, baby. Girl Maggie, her father wrote this book about, she doesn't believe, she just thought her daddy was doing it for clout. The daddy dies, leaves her some money, leaves her the house. Her mama wants her to sell the house. She starts remembering. What did I say I gave this? 4 stars. This was really good. This book got me interested in Riley Sager, and yeah, if like you're looking for a thriller horror type thing, definitely try this one first. It glows in the dark, which is also super cool. It glows in the dark, which is a nice little touch for this hardback cover. And yeah, this was a really good book. Oh my gosh, I thought this was Lastly, but it's not. What is this? Next, we have Junji Ito's Tomi, or No Use Escaping Tomi, honey. This book is about a girl. She gets into your mind, makes you kill her. And then when you kill her, she comes back. But she comes back in multiple. So if you chop her up, every piece you chopped up turns into a different her. So now she just got a whole bunch of different stories of her getting people to kill her. This was dark. This was just nasty. But I loved every second. Alright, lastly, I'm about to run through the books that I read this month really quickly. I will link my wrap-up right here for y'all to check it out. Black Flamingo by Dean Atta is written in verse. Very, very good. Loved it. If y'all want a more in-depth review of it, again, check my December wrap-up because I feel like this video is longer than I intended it to be already. Next, we have Kim Johnson's This Is My America. I would like a contemporary YA. Yes. Punching the Air by Easy Breezy Beautiful Cover Squirrel. Punching the Air by Ibiza Boy and Yusuf Salam, 5 out of 5. Sundown Motel by Simone St. James, 5 out of 5. So good. Riot Baby, Tochi Onibuchi. I want to say, I don't remember exactly what I said this was in the last video. I want to say it was a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Why? 4.5 out of 5. This book now, baby. Good Girls by Mary Kubika. What did I say? This was 4 out of 5? 4.5 out of 5. And last but not least, we have Tokyo Ghoul Ishida. I gave this, because y'all know I don't really rate mangas, but if I could, I'd give this 5 out of 5, because baby, I need to know what's going on. So by the time this video comes out, I should have Lovecraft Country done. I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus. I think we finna have 50. Child, this was a roller coaster ride. Anyway, that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I have to go because I have more books to read. But as always, I will see you seeing me in the next one. Bye!